Hey there. Video time again. It's been a little while. Just trying to find the right light in my apartment. We are here in the kitchen. I just finished Insanity Max Recovery. Sean, seriously, dude. Recovery, my legs are shaking. Um, Usually Kelly and I do our workouts together in the morning, and I slept in this morning. So I woke up by the time she was getting done, and I said, "So how is it?" And she said she wanted to rename Max Cardio Recovery to Really? That's what the name was going to be. Just because that's what she continued to say. There's a whole section where you're in a plie and you're a side bend, and then there's pulses, and then a side bend, and then pulses. Then you do it again and again and again, and then you do it with one heel off the ground, and then the other heel off the ground, then both heels off the ground. So, man, like looking at my heart rate monitor and stuff, there wasn't a ton of calories burned, and my heart rate didn't get really high. So in that capacity, it is a little bit of a different type of workout than the other Insanity workouts, which really push your heart. But wow, talk about a lot of contraction, a lot of stabilizing moves. I had even thought about, you know what, I'll probably do an ab workout after this. And I got in there, and man, there's no need. I mean, that thing, you do a ton of plank work and a ton of like isolating stuff that if you're really using good form and doing what Sean tells you to do as far as the contraction and keeping your core really tight, man, your abs totally get blasted through the thing. So that's pretty cool. So we're definitely into month 2 of this, and it's great. I feel like my results would be a little bit better right now. You know, food choices. It's funny. I've talked about finding balance in my life, and that's kind of what sparked this video blog and the blog that I started that I haven't followed up with another writing because it's easier for me to do these video things. But it's funny. You have to figure out what your comfort zone is and where you're good. And this month, not my best month. I'm going to be honest as far as food goes. In fact, if you take a little trip with me here, if I have enough light, I keep a calendar in my kitchen. Let's see if you can see this here. And if you can see, there's smiley faces and there's X's. And those X's are what I considered, in my case, as a cheat day. Not necessarily a whole day. Usually means I had a cheap meal, or lately in this case means I went out with friends like late. So, maybe I ate clean all day, but then we went out for some drinks or something that evening. And, the same way I log all my food intake, that next morning I got to go back into my, where I keep my food online, and I got to plug that in, and it's funny, alcohol is such a, nobody really wants to talk about it because everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna be really, really dedicated and stuff. But those count too, and you always hear they're empty calories. They really are, and they add up really quickly because you think, and in my case, it's like, oh, maybe I didn't, there wasn't a lot of beer involved. Maybe I tried to drink vodka and water because that'll be the healthier choice. Which, there really isn't a healthier choice. I guess red wine is good for your heart. But it's a matter of finding, that comfort zone for you. And I know in the summertime, it's one of those things where there is a lot of things going on, and it's fun to go out and exhale and stuff. So for me right now, that's the challenge, is for me to find that happy medium where those X's, there aren't 2 a week. Because 2 a week, my goal is to allow myself to have one relaxed meal, whatever I want to do, once a week. I think that's healthy. When I was training for my photo shoot, it was 6 weeks of no treats, no anything, and I was thrilled with the results. But like I said, personally, it was really hard on me. I had no social life. I had, it was hard. Kelly and I didn't go out to eat. We didn't, time spent together was me on the couch and my little portions, and that was it. Similar to somebody maybe who's training for, their own photo shoot, or I've talked to bodybuilders that go through that, and when they look their best, that's probably when they're most miserable. So, as all of us get a little obsessed with this at times, and we want to look our best, and aesthetically, that's where we feel like what our results are, instead of What are we doing more? Do we have more energy during the day? Can we get through the workouts a little easier? Do I have a better attitude? There's different ways to measure what your health and fitness is besides how does my six-pack look today? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with having those goals. Just I voice these things because I know that the things that I obsess with and things that I struggle with. So I throw it out there to see if other people, feel the same way. That, I have clients all the time that come to me and say, wow, I had a cheat meal, or oh, I had a bad weekend. I need to start all the way over. And that's not the case. This journey is not a sprint. And it doesn't necessarily it's not a straight line of progression. There's a lot of dips and ebbs and flows, and as long as you're showing up the next day and you're push and play the next day, and we all goof, we all make mistakes, we all want to indulge a little. I mean, this is life. We get one of these. We got to enjoy it, right? So it's just a matter of how do you bounce back. It's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get up. So I'm here to help anybody who has fallen down that are ready to get up. Today was that day for me. Went out last night. Went out, hung out with the boys. I don't get to do that very often. Kelly was great and said, hey, go have a good time. This morning, kind of regretted it a little bit. I was like, oh, man. But I had a good time. I saw some friends and some people I hadn't seen in a long time, and it's not the end of the world. I pick back up, clean it up for the next few days, and see what happens. I know, we're celebrating Kelly's birthday this weekend. It'll probably be another day that I get to cheat. So what does that mean for me? That means I really got to push it in my workouts and eating really clean before then. If I'm going to play hard, I got to work hard. And if I know that in advance, it helps me make up for it in different areas. So that's just a little bit my brain today with the things that I'm going through, working through, learning. It's all a learning process. We learn something new every day. So hopefully my ramblings have helped you somehow today. If I can help in any other way, as always, please email me, send me messages, Facebook, or however, the many ways to get a hold of me. And I'm happy to help. So you guys have a great day. I hope you're having a great week. And we'll talk again soon.